Miss Rocks, owner of Sugarwell. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm making luxurious cypress and sea fennel shower cream. A few weeks ago in the comments, Rebecca asked about recipes for shower gel or body washes, to which I said that I've tried my hand at shower gels and it just isn't happening. I'm still working on the shower gel, but I've come up with this shower cream, and what's more, I've made it using those tricksy SCI noodles that a lot of people say are impossible to melt down. For the life of me, I can't remember how I ended up with loads of SCI noodles, but I did, and they can be melted down. I've used them to make quite a few things, including gorgeous whipped soaps, and now this shower cream. I'm not saying melting them down is quick or easy, but I'd rather spend the time it takes than see them go to waste. And I'm sure I'm not the only person around stuck with a boatload of SCI noodles wondering what on earth to do with them. Of course, you can use SCI powder instead if you have that, but my purpose here is to show you that using the SCI noodles does work. Okay, let's get on with it. I'm only making a 200-gram batch here, and as usual I'm just going to reuse an old bottle to package the finished product. I've sanitised everything with 99% alcohol and I'm good to go. So here I have the SCI noodles with some cetearyl alcohol, and I'm going to add some watermelon seed oil. Because the SCI noodles take so long to melt down, I'm getting this going in a double boiler well ahead of preparing my other ingredients. This is the oil SCI phase after about 10 minutes, and it's going to take maybe an hour for these to melt down completely. But you don't have to stand over them, not yet anyway. Go off and do your own thing while the double boiler does its work. Just come back and give it a stir every 15 minutes or so. You'll probably also need to keep topping up the water so the pan doesn't boil dry. While my oil-based ingredients are melting down, I'm going to get my water-based ingredients ready for later. Here I'm using distilled water, cocamide propyl betaine, SLSA powder and glycerin. Back to my SCI noodles. I find that when it starts to look like this, 5-minute bouts of really vigorous stirring help it along, and I do this maybe at 10-minute intervals until it starts to look pretty smooth. At this point I put my water-based ingredients into the double boiler to heat up because I want them to be at the same temperature as the oil-based ingredients. Okay, so when my water-based ingredients have heated up, to begin with I just add a small amount to my oil emulsifier and SCI and give it a quick blend on full power. I do this not just to emulsify it, but to make sure that any of the softened noodly bits that are still around and that haven't quite melted down are all nicely blended. When I'm satisfied that everything is smooth, I add the contents of the little jug back into the big jug, give that a good blend, and then wait for it to get a bit cooler. Once my bath cream has cooled down enough to add the heat sensitive ingredients, I pour a little back into the small jug, and the only reason I do this is because I'm using the fine scales to weigh out very small amounts of the preservative and fragrance that need to be added at the lower temperature, and the big jug's just too heavy for the scales. The fragrance I'm using is called cypress and sea fennel, and it smells really sophisticated and expensive. It's gorgeous. When I've done that, I put the contents of the little jug back into the bigger jug once again and stir it all together very thoroughly. It's just a matter of getting it into the bottle. It will probably still be quite a thin consistency at this stage, but it does thicken up as it cools down more and settles down. And this is what we end up with, a beautifully creamy and smooth lotion type consistency. It leaves my skin feeling so silky and smooth, it's beautiful, really, and well worth the hassle of melting down those pesky SCI noodles. Anyway, I'm off to have some cucumber sandwiches and a nice cup of tea. See you later.